Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining our channel and for checking out our video. This is going to be more about businesses and corporates, small, medium enterprises that accept cash. Let's agree, cash is king in many countries, many societies, many communities. I mean, you can hardly walk 100 meters without having to pay for cash. Anyone accepts cash. I mean, in our society right now in Kenya, we have millions of businesses, and all of this. Yes, there is card, there is mobile money, there is checks, there are bank transfers. People accept all kinds of money, all kinds of payments. However, there's still a lot of cash in circulation. Just the other day, we, were, we went through a demonetization exercise. For those who don't know, demonetization means changing the currency of a certain country. So the old currency is done away with, becomes illegal tender, and the new currency is brought into the market. And so that tried to mop up cash and pushed businesses and customers to the cashless economy. However, believe it or not, we are back where it all began. I don't have the stats, but recently I saw from the dailies that there's still a lot of cash in circulation, quite an amount. You'll see the inflation rates going higher. You'll see people talking about, I have cash in mobile money, I have cash in the account, but I still need to rush to the bank to deposit my cash. So cash is still king in our economy. And that brings us back to the question of cash flow. Yes, you could be having cash in your hands in the at the cashier's or front office desk. How do you translate that cash to e-cash so that you can make payments remotely? How do you make sure that the cash is available to the bank faster or in real time or near real time scenario so that you can make your payments, make pay salaries, pay vendors and all those manner of people. That's why we're here, and that's the solution we're going to give. Yes, businesses have been going through tough times in the past almost 2 years now, since the coronavirus made its way into the world, and now people have been struggling to make ends meet, reducing their costs, trying to increase their revenues, increasing their cash flows, you name it. It's really been a tough time. And today we want to give a very simple solution that's been in the market and yet not highly, it has not penetrated the market, so to speak. So stand by and let's get this rolling. We call it the automated cash deposit solution. So in this solution, then you'll see quite a lot. Let's go. Let's go for it. Right. As you mentioned, major investments have been made in the acceptance of card payments, that is mobile money. However, there is still a good problem. Allow me to call it a good problem of cash. And this good problem is such that people, especially the small and micro enterprises, they're still having to deal with hard cash. If I go to the market right now, believe me, 95% of our businesses are taking in cash. If I go to buy what we call Mama Mboga, the grocery shop, they will have the till number, they'll have the very few will have the card payment option, but all of them will accept cash. And eventually this cash has to translate to e-cash so that they can make payments. So what are we offering now? This is what we're offering. We are offering cash automation. Cash automation is a solution that validates, number one, the cash that is at hand, hard cash, and posts the cash, the value of the cash to the bank. Then the bank transfers or makes a credit to the relevant account holder's account number for them to be able to receive a credit and proceed to transact. Let me repeat that. So when I have hard cash as a cashier or as a business, I load the cash onto the machine. The machine will validate the currency to see whether it is genuine or not. If it is genuine, then it will pass and will be allocated a value commensurate to what is written on the notes. So if it's $100 bill or 100 shilling bill, I'll get the value 100 shillings or $100. And this will then be pushed to the bank. Each machine has a computer and has to be integrated to a bank. Then the bank will receive the message that there's $100 that has been received on this machine. What do we do with it? The bank will credit the same value to the end customer's bank account. If it is a business, for example, I sell shoes, then I have already allocated or given the bank account to be credited with every deposit that's made in the machine. Then the bank will give me credit and I will proceed to see the reflection of the same in my bank account and go ahead and make payments from my mobile money, from my internet, from my mobile banking platform or my internet banking platform, or I can write checks against that cash. And it is real time or near real time. It works in such an amazing way that businesses have not seen before. What are some of the benefits of having this machine? Cost effective. Certainly, it reduces your cash collection deliveries to the bank. Where earlier I would have picked a taxi or driven myself as a business person to the bank, I make the queue, then I deliver the cash to the teller. If it is a lot, it has to go through the bank approvals so that I get value. A journey that would take at least an hour. Right now, I get my value in less than 15 minutes. Profitability, it reduces the cost of handling cash, certainly. Reduces my insurance cost, it reduces my taxi cost, my security costs. It's just amazing. Then it also reduces the cost of having a safe because that machine goes uh, goes for about 500 kilograms. That is almost a safe, and it is well mounted on the floor for security reasons. So it works as a safe as well as a bank teller, and that is just amazing. The other thing it does is it helps you to focus on customers and not on the cash. I don't know whether you've seen places where when you go to the malls or to the shops and the cashiers are really struggling with their hard cash. They need to put the right note at the right place so that eventually when they're balancing or reconciling their monies, they are at par, they are safe. So this takes away that headache because the machine counts, validates, stores, reconciles all in one basket, right? And that's a good thing for you. Then you can focus on other items if you're a business person. Something else, it increases transparency, reconciliation, and focusing. As long as the money has gone into the machine, you can be sure that from the monitoring tool, which is availed with different levels of visibility, you can see everything that has gone in. You can see the note, you can see the value, you can see the time, you can see the cashier, you can see the account that's been credited, all through the monitoring tool. which is a major plus. I mean, you can run your business from a distance and say, how much did you sell? The guy tells you 1 million, but you can see 800,000. Where's the rest? On mobile money. Okay, you go back to your mobile money and you still reconcile and you get full value and full visibility of what how your business is doing. Brand reputation. Let me talk about this for a moment. When you go to our mobile money agents, many times they'll tell you, okay, you want to deposit cash, how much do you have? I have 20,000. Okay, 20,000. I don't have that float. Can I deposit for you 10,000? Can you go to another location? You don't need to trust yourself with that anymore because with a machine, you can easily deposit. You can take the cash, deposit in the machine, get your float or liquidity, and then go ahead to transact and serve your customer. It increases your brand and your reputation. You'll not be that business that clients keep saying, that one never has float. That one will go, but you'll not get served because they don't have, their cash flow right. The same for banks. They want to see how much you're transacting in a day. So when with a bank that is connected to your machine, then you get to build your profile. They can tell this client moves 20 million in a day, this client moves 100 million in a day or in a month. A day would be too much for 100 million. But they can tell and allocate you the right kind of relationship management. Integrity. It increases your security, it increases your operational losses, and reduces your insurance. This is the current scenario where what we had mentioned, where clients are going to have to queue at the banking hall to process their cash. They can deposit through recyclers and get value, but again, recyclers have less capacity in terms of accepting cash. Then again, the currency, the very few clients or very few countries have a clean note policy. So you'll find that dirty notes or almost not fully mutilated notes are going to be rejected at the cash recyclers. Reconciliation. This one you're sure that with the machine you're going to get excellent reconciliation. So we've talked about so many things regarding machines. This is what the machines look like. As you can see, there's the top bit where you load the cash, we call it a hopper. Then some machines, and this is important when you're buying or procuring yours. Some machines will have an escrow, which is where if you cancel a transaction, all the notes will end up right there, while others will not. So you need to just be keen. Of course, cost matters. Those that don't have an escrow will be more affordable than the ones that have an escrow. The machine on your left has no escrow, while the one on your right has an escrow. Of course, different manufacturers, different preferences, etc. Again, the red machine has an escrow, the dark one has no escrow. These machines come in all shapes and sizes, capacities, different types of safes. So if you look at the machine on your right now on your screen, you'll see at the top it looks like a note counter. It works like a note counter. It has everything to do with a note counter. Then just below it, there's a big screen. That's a PC and it's a touch screen. So that's where the interaction happens. Then the bottom half is a safe. That's where the bag, the container receives the cash. Okay, let's go. So this is a sample flow of the transaction. So customer visits the CDM, enters the account number. If not an account number, then they will enter their user ID just for identity. The second bit is where the CDM validates the account number, CDM is another word for cash deposit machine. Validates the account number displaying the account name. Then the customer confirms the account details displayed in the and places the cash onto the hopper. The CDM, as we mentioned, will then verify the notes, fit notes, and drop to the vault. If not, if they're not fit, then they'll be rejected on the reject pocket. Once the cash is dropped, the core banking system is updated and a credit is posted to the customer's bank account. Within 5 minutes, then the credit is made. However, for clients who have high volumes and many cashiers, then they may choose to batch the transactions. And this batching will happen in such a way that the it can be time based or it can be value based. The time based one is more preferred because you can say every 2 hours anything that has been picked can then be pushed to the bank. That way you'll have fewer transactions on your bank statement and yet same value, isn't it? It's better than having 200, 500, 200, 500 every 5 minutes as opposed to 100,000, 500,000 like that. So it's also easier for you to reconcile and to make mention of that. But that does not mean that on the monitoring tool you will not see the particular deposits. You'll still see cashier 1, 200 shillings, cashier 2, 500 shillings. You'll still see that. But at the top of the hour or at the top of 2 hours, then you'll see the whole value that's been pushed to the bank, say 200,000 or 500,000. So the monitoring tool is very key in this whole process. It's really your eyes for what is inside the machine, the health of the machine, the capacity, the content levels. It makes for your prefect of what the machine is doing. All right, then the client will receive or the user will receive a receipt showing the transaction details, the value, the time, the denominations, and the transaction ID that also reflects in your bank statement. How cool is that? That's why we're saying this is like bringing the bank to your premises, right? Yeah. Of course, the advantages are clear, as we mentioned. Reduces your cost for transporting cash, reduces your risks for transporting cash, reduces your risks even for the cash in your premises. And with that, let me mention that with every deposit that is made into the machine, then there is an insurance cover for all the contents in the machine. Whether it is a CAT company, that is the cash in transit company, or it is the bank that will take responsibility, your job is done. As long as the money has been deposited in the machine, your job is done. Your risks are taken care of. The liability moves from you, the business owner, to the bank and to the CAT company. So it is up to them to come and open the machine, carry the cash, take it where the bank has instructed. If it is a branch, if it is the cash center, if it is central bank, that is no longer your problem. Your money is in your bank account with an e-value, which you can certainly use to make your transactions. And then you're able to focus on other items, focus on your key performance indicators. As we had mentioned, businesses have all these operational aspects. So once you deal with the cash, take take time to do other more important items. The machine has taken care of the hard cash. Get timely credits for use whenever you want. This is critical. There's no need of having a machine looking so good and pretty only to be used as a safe. It is vital for you to get a machine that is connected to a bank. That is where the value is. The value is in you getting credits as soon as possible. If you choose to go the batching way so that you get value at the top of after a certain duration, that's in order. But at least you have prepared for it. But if you want to get value on the spot, then the machine is for you. As soon as the deposit and the receipt has been generated, then your value is in the bank. You can as well transact. And with that, Allow me to mention there's several scenarios which banks opt for in terms of giving credit. There are banks that will want you to have an agreement between you, the business owner, and the bank directly. There are other scenarios where the bank will want you to have a contract between yourself, the business, the bank, and the vendor of the machine. So any scenario that plays in, as long as you get your credit, your money is safe, your reconciliation is intact, go for it. At this point, also, let me mention there are many ways of owning the machine. Yes. So certainly you can buy the machine as an outright purchase and make it part of your assets, but there are also clients who prefer to lease the machine from the bank or from the vendors who sell them. So the choice is yours. If you go the leasing way, it's still in order. Your maintenance is taken care of, insurance is taken care of. You have a running machine through it. If you go the outright purchase way, it's still okay. You need to just sign a sale agreement and sign the maintenance contract so that at any given time when there's a breakdown or the machine needs scheduled maintenance, it is taken care of. It's important that you don't invest such a in such a device and then it breaks down forever. It would be a total undoing for you and your business. So before you sign those papers, check out the, the small details of it. Check out the durability of the machine. If they're going to change for you the currency in case the currency changes like it did in our country, make up your mind as you go for technology. And certainly remember, cash is not going anywhere. Allow me to say, just in case you need some more information on this, please feel free to write to us. My email is written over there. Consult at tuza.solutions, that is, and we'll be glad to help you. We are always available to support you. You see the glory sign there? That is one of our major partners, and so we will be more than glad to support you in running your business and getting value for it. Here we are in Kenya, but the solutions we offer are across the region. So if you are in East Africa, talk to us. If you are in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, we're now expanding to DRC, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. The templates are available. We we are versatile and we make your experience really good for your business. So don't get stressed about cash. Don't get stressed about how it's going to reach the bank while you are in your premises. Feel free to contact us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more videos so that you don't miss out on future presentations. Thank you so much, and we're happy that you joined us. Most welcome, and bye bye.